Well, it's been another wet one, boys and girls, but let's go and watch a guru make a door. Alright, so we're making a door. Now, you've got to check that it's square. We're going to brace that temporarily to keep the squareness. Now, that's the top of the door. That's one of the long sides. We've just got to make sure now that we're keeping that in square. So I've got my little set square there. You can see that it is. You don't want any gaps. It's got to be a 90-degree angle. So we'll try and maintain that, but to keep it like that, I'll show you what to do in a second or two. Mix your stuff on his travels there. Been working last night. So yeah, we're going to put 45-degree brace in, temporary braces in, to maintain the square on it. But I'm going to get the sides in and get that all framed up. The actual doorway aperture is there. I've brought it forward a little bit. I've also put the 2x1s in, or the handy battens in, to form where we're going to be fitting the windows. The triangular windows either side of the door, they're going to be going in there. And so we brought those forward and built it out a little bit, so it doesn't interfere with the framing of the door. This is the framing of the door. So if I hadn't done that and then I'd have fixed my windows to this, then you'd have, you know, it's going to interfere with the hinges and stuff like that. So I brought it forward a little bit that way, put another piece in. That's where the window's going to go. All the door hinges and stuff are going to go on that side, and the locking mechanism and what have you is going to go on that side, but it's going to open this way. So hinges on that side, and the opener this way, coming this way. That's how it's going to fall. We'll clear away a bit of mud and stuff at the bottom, just in case there was anything in the way for when I fit the door. But I'm going to create the door now. I've measured this, and it's still 26 inches, the gap. Now the door is only 25¼ inches wide, and that's there for a reason. So we've got a bit of a riddle room. We're not going to be too, I want it to be away like that, so that when I close it, there'll be some timbers on the outside of it to close against. The door will close against, or close to, those timbers on the outside. You've just got to be mindful that when the glass goes in, the polycarbonate glass goes in, that's 4mm. So the gap there needs to be wider, basically, than these two. It's got to be at least 4mm wider. Give it 6mm. Okay, so that you're not messing about. It's not going to be too tight when the door is in. Okie dokie. Thinking caps. You need a bit of a thinking cap when you're doing these doors. We know that those are straight and level and plumb. So yeah, the measurements have been made. The door's being created. Let's just see if Guru MURPHINDA can make it happen. Alright, so ensuring that we can maintain that 90 degree angle, all I've done is I've fixed a little noggin of wood at the back temporarily. That's going to maintain that 90-degree angle. Okay, I'm going to do the same with the other short and long piece, and then we're going to stitch them together into a oneer. Okay, so building that door was a bit fiddly, but we got there in the end, and I'm just checking to see if it fits nicely, and it does. I knew, because I'd made it so, that there was going to be about a 3/4 inch gap. There's going to be an inch worth of wood coming out as a closer behind that. Maybe even 2 inches bringing it out there to close the door against. But that's where it's going to fit in. The hinges are going on that side, and the opener on that side. It's going to open this way inwards. Making sure that it's fitting, and it is fitting. There's enough of a gap there at the top. I've just got to make sure that at the bottom, I'm going to use that 4mm twin wall clear polycarbonate strips at the bottom when I'm fitting it, just to raise it up. I'm not going to affix them, but I'm just going to raise it up so that the bottom of the door is slightly raised, so it will open and close okay. Now that's just the first part of making the door. I'm going to affix the polycarbonate sheets now and staple those on this face, on this sort of yellowy face, the flat yellowy face. These are slightly rounded, these handy battens. So the flat yellowy face is where I'm going to fit my polycarbonate on, and then give it another layer, if you like, of thinner handy battens on the back of it, so that the sheeting, the poly sheeting, is the polycarbonate. We'll cut the plastic windows. The plastic windows are sandwiched between the two. Okay, that's the next step. We'll get on with that. Okay, so I've stapled the plastic glass on the back face there. Excuse me. And we've had to piece it because that's a 4 foot length, and then we've got to continue on because obviously the door is longer than 4 foot, it's higher than 4 feet tall, so we've had to put a piece of section into there, which is around about 18-20 inches, something like that, extra. And because of that, you need another bracing piece that goes across the back of the batten. So the bracing piece has gone in, I've screwed it, double screwed, and fix that, and then that gives you something then to staple to. I'm going to put the second layer and create the sandwich now using this, which is probably like about 1/2 inch or something like that, 1/2 inch handy batten on the back side of it, because we don't want it to be too deep really. It's a door for a polytunnel. It's not the door for the Houses of Parliament or something like that, is it? So you want it to be relatively light, robust enough, but relatively light. So we're going to be doing that. So it's going to be sort of like a less than 2 inches in width, really, that door. So I'll do that. Okay, sorry about that, guys. I needed to get that done, so I couldn't do too much filming on that. That 4mm twin wall polycarbonate was placed on there. The door itself was placed in the aperture against that side. I'd already fixed on the hinges to the door, and then once it was in place, fired one hinge, one screw in, yeah, opened the door, took out that, made sure it was all level, it wasn't catching anywhere, which it isn't, and then you fire in the remaining screws, and that's it. Now I put in some timber as well, just to have something to close against, and there it is. There'll be a simple clasp or something put on the inside, but we'll sort something out for that later. Like I say, it's getting dark now, it's knocking on for 4 o'clock, so yeah, time's against us really. That's going to be having further hinges on. It's probably going to have at least 1 more, maybe 2 more hinges on it, and a simple closer on that side. When I say simple closer, just something that goes like, kind of like this. You know, screw there, up, that'll close it. Sorry about the camera work. But there we are, that's it, that's the door on. It is becoming a saga, this, isn't it? Anyway, let's get back to the ranch. Look at that for level on that door. Woo! Light levels are poor, I know, but that's how it's looking from outside as well. Probably not giving it justice. It does look really good, that, in the real light. So yeah, it's got a door on it now. Hopefully tomorrow I'll be able to get some lifting windows on, but it's running into Christmas now, and I need to be helping out more at home, getting things ready for Christmas. I don't think it's going to get sheeted because of the weather restrictions that we've got, but all the plastic glass is going to be in, and I want all those windows in, even the lifting windows and stuff like that. That might only take me about 1.5 hours, 2 hours tomorrow, so I might come down for 8 and do 8 till 10, and then get back and give the lady farmer a lift on the house, getting that ready for Christmas. But we'll see how we go. All you get from rushing, boys and girls, are skid marks, as we know. So it's worth taking your time, getting it right. Bob's your uncle. Okay, I'd better get that polytunnel up and running pretty quickly, because according to Boris tonight, we're going to have to start making our own grub. Whether or not, aren't we? I think everybody should start growing their own stuff and bugger Europe. If they don't want to send us food, we'll grow our own then, won't we? Eh? Right. Okay. See you all later. Take care of yourselves. We love you all, and keep growing with your head down. Dig for victory, boys and girls. We'll catch you later. Ta-da!